Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Local Lowdown podcast. We are located in South Central Texas. On this podcast, we do a weekly review of all the newspapers in Lavaca County, Texas, and also the Luling Newsboy and Signal located in Luling, Texas. After the reviews, we will have a conversation about different subjects all over the Lone Star State. Some of these things can get quite comical. Thanks for listening. And now, here are your hosts, Murray and Michelle.
Hello, everybody. This is Murray back with you on the Local Lowdown podcast. This will be for April 22nd and 23rd, 2026 edition of the Local Lowdown podcast. And it's me and Michelle today, my co-host. How are you, Michelle?
I am so happy to be back with you.
Yeah, well, it's nice to get back after a while.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you just showed up.
Yeah, well, you can't ever count on it, but...
That's for sure.
Sometimes. Well, I guess before we start the papers, we can talk a little bit about the rain. I know you love to talk about the rain.
Yeah.
But people have been crying for it, and we got it. And I don't know how much we have.
Too much.
But I know,
well, I don't know that it's too much, but it was a lot.
Tuesday it was over 2 inches, people I talked to around here. Of course, it varied at different places. But what people don't know is that I'm the reason that we got all that rain.
Really?
I really am. Because I've got a redbud tree, and I've been babying that tree for years. And so the day before it started raining, I put a water hose out, and I put water on that tree all day long, and then the rains came.
Look at that.
Yeah, and that's kind of like washing your car. If it hadn't rained, all you got to do is go wash your car, and then it'll rain. So, enough of that.
Everyone should send you a thank you gift.
Well, either to buy me a hamburger or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Chuck brought you breakfast.
Yeah, and I heard about it, and I just told him you owed me that. And why? Why did I owe you that? I said, you remember last week when you had the type reversed, and I had to show you how to flip it back? Oh, that don't count. I bought you a subscription to a magazine. I told him, well, I didn't tell him, but I want to tell him, well, I don't really read that magazine. I throw it in the trash.
Oh, that's so sad.
That's not true, Chuck. I read every one of them.
We are very thankful when Chuck buys us breakfast, but he still doesn't realize how much things cost because he gave me a $20 bill, and then he came up later and said, did I have any change? And I said, well, no, you actually owe me 34 more cents. But I covered the 34 cents.
Well, good for you. He should have gave you extra $5 just for ordering it.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of like what, DoorDash? How they pay DoorDash?
I don't know. Something like that. You get a fee and then a tip.
Well, let's jump into the newspapers first, and if we have anything else to say, we'll say it later.
Okay.
Going to start off with the Molten Eagle, right?
Yeah, no nepotism there.
No, it's about time, ain't it?
About time. So you said that you found this about the police department seeing a bike riding couple coming through?
Yeah, actually it was Officer Larry McDougal had posted that and on social media, and I thought it was really neat. So we didn't have a lot of details. He just said what happened. He met a piece of people were coming through town, and they're on a marathon bike riding trip, and I think they left Corpus, and they're on their way to Oklahoma. And what was really unique is the lady in this couple is 80 years old, and she was just pedaling away. They say she's doing real good, so
that's great.
That was we were glad to be able to get that and put it up, and then this. What do we've got? MISD approved school calendar.
Yes, so you can get started on planning for next year because it'll be here before you know it.
Still got the burn ban going on now.
That's right.
And or actually, it's not going on. It's been lifted. And then the story at the bottom of the page about the Molten woman cultivating community garden for seniors. I want to thank that lady for sending me that information. And also she supplied the photographs. And thanks to Clayton Kelly, we put Clayton Kelly on the job, and he took care of it. And we've got it on the front page, and I thought it was real interesting that she takes the time to help beautify the gardens out at the Shady Oaks Nursing Home.
Turning the page.
Got one obituary.
We do. It's Ramon Dahl LeBaum. Oh no.
You'll have to spell that because I can't pronounce it
It's the last name is spelled capital L, little a, capital B, and then lowercase AUME.
I believe that was the only obituary we had for Moulton.
Yes.
And I've got a column in there about depression and for senior citizens. Not that you have to be a senior citizen to have depression, but a lot of the things I wrote in that article are actually things that I've had to deal with over the years, and I hope you folks can relate about getting new hobbies and finding ways to management. And just don't give up because you became elderly or up in years. There's still a lot of things that you can do, a lot of things out there. I mentioned photography. And because I've been doing all my life, I've been doing photography, and Michelle is also a photographer. And I just wanted to put that in there about people, so many people that don't have cameras, but they have smartphones. And if you'll study, I put in the article, like go to YouTube and study things like composition and what have you. You don't have to have a fancy camera. Believe me, that camera on that smartphone is pretty darn good, and you just need to know how to take a picture. So anyway, I hope you folks will get something out of that.
Yeah, and it's like the lady on the front page. She's still biking at 80.
Exactly, yeah.
Age is just a number.
Sometimes, you can't. I think I put in there we have the mind of a teenager, but the body won't keep up with us,
Yeah.
And that's right. That's the way it is, I'm constantly thinking of things I want to do, but then some of those things, because of physical things, you can't do them. But there are a lot of things you can do. You can write. You can just do photography or whatever.
And you can still dance.
Well, yeah,
We've
by
seen
myself, and because if I dance with somebody, I'll pull them both. We'll both go to the ground. So we.
That's no
but
good.
when I dance with Chuck and Jimmy and all,
That's okay.
it's not too dangerous. Of course, if one of us hit the ground, it would be dangerous. But I said one time that a good day out here at the paper is when nobody falls down. Anyway.
And that's most days, so that's good. And then this appears in a lot, I think maybe all of our papers. Meet Ollie, who is the new Lavaca County mental health deputy dog. And how can that not make mental health better? It makes you so happy just to look at him.
It'll make you happy. I mean, just looking at Ollie will make you smile. But yeah, that was I didn't get to read that whole article. Did Clayton write that? Or?
Clayton Kelly with 2 E's.
All right. Way to go, Clayton.
Way to go. And then the Battle of San Jacinto was celebrated on Monday. Some people had a holiday. I don't know why I didn't have a holiday. I'm still trying to figure this out, but we did it.
Yeah, April 21st, folks. You need to always remember that date because that's what started Texas to be the great place that it is.
And track and field qualify. Last week, y'all had that they won the district championship.
The girls won district and the boys came in second in track.
So that's very good. And so
and
now
that softball story up there, boy, the girls softball team just blowed somebody out over there.
Yeah, Bloomington.
Yeah.
25-0.
Yeah. So hopefully they'll go on. I don't know when the season ends, Michelle, as far as...
So Shiner, I know, is starting their playoff run today, and Hallettsville starts tomorrow.
Okay.
So I would think it's probably the same for Moulton. They would either be playing this week or next. So.
All right.
If you're looking for something to do this weekend, Fiddler's Frolics is here. I also heard that there's a rodeo going to be in town, so check that out at the rodeo arena at the Expo Center in Hallettsville.
Right.
And Fiddler's is also in Hallettsville.
Where did you find out about that?
Someone called and let us know.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know.
Well, I don't know why we didn't get it. We should have got a press release on that because
it seems pretty big. And then
Lavaca County retired school personnel has got their quilt stories, and we've got a picture of them, and in color, which we try to do when the quilts are involved. And then what else we got, Michelle?
We want to thank Brush to Bay, it has two names, the company, but Brush to Bay is one of them. What's the other one? Well, I can't think. Well, maybe I'll think about it in the next paper.
What does it say right here?
But that's Brush County webinars, so it's going to be something you can go online and like a seminar where you listen, but it's on the web. So they're advertising it, and if I could think of what the other name of Brush to Bay is, I will, but that's
they have two. They have one is into the sporting goods.
Yeah.
And I think they have the other that's into feed and feeders and stuff like that.
But we do thank them, and check that out. I bet you could learn something. All right, Shiner Gazette.
All right. Moving over to your... Is that your second favorite paper?
I guess.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's my favorite town to live in.
All right.
And there was a truck train collision.
You know, I saw that, and they give the location, but in my mind, I couldn't figure out exactly.
Yeah, I'm not really sure it is that I would know
out in the
either.
country somewhere, huh?
Yeah, but doesn't really say. I hope everyone was okay. Casey's Fried Chicken Dinner is next Sunday, May 3rd. That's something that someone always looks forward to. Not me, because it's bones, but I bet the rest of the food is great. I guess all schools had their school board meetings, because you had one for Moulton, Shiner's in this one, and I know I had Hallettsville, so...
I think I had one last week. I don't know about this week.
What about the calendar? That didn't come from school board?
Yeah.
There's school news in all of our papers, so you want to check that out and always keep aware of what's going on with school. Ollie made the front page as well, looking cute as ever. There's going to be a small electronics recycling event at the brewery, which if you're looking to get rid of iPhones, there's a list of things, but you're not really supposed to just throw those in the trash. So definitely check that out.
Computers on that list, or do you know?
I think laptops, let's see, clean out your junk drawer. Acceptance of electronics includes cell phones, tablets, MP3 players, digital cameras, video games, and laptops.
Okay.
So not your desktops, but we have an obituary for Joan Herman. A big congratulations to Madeline Collins, who received first in the Voice of Democracy in Texas, first place, and 6th on the national level, which is pretty huge. So congrats to her. We also have the quilters with the Lavaca County retired school personnel in our paper. Jimmy wrote about the Lavaca Soil and Water Conservation District Stewardship Week. So we had most of the winners in last week, but read about that. I can report that St. Paul girls won the state championship in golf. So this was them headed to golf now from regional golf, but they did take first at state, and I think the boys were 6th. I don't know when the girls play again or the boys. Shiner boys have their last home game tonight. What else is there? And Shiner girls play tonight as well. Their first series against Aqua Dulce. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
All right. In Karn City. So best of luck to them. Murray's article can be found in the Shiner Gazette as well on depression and age. And I mean, like Murray said, he based it on age, but it's a good article for everyone.
Yeah, you know, I was going to ask you too about Shiner. Didn't they have the fireman's barbecue this week?
They did. Did you go? Because I saw a picture. You said something.
No, I was just promoting it. I didn't get to go, but I was wondering if anybody took any pictures because I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't see any. I was in shirts, so I wasn't in Shiner. I did not get to go.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll have some next week.
Yeah. Ollie made the front page of Hallettsville.
Surprise.
I mean, when you're cute, you make my front page. That's for sure. There was a it's a couple of the papers, I know Moulton had this as well, that court was in session, but with a light docket, but read about that. And it was light because people didn't show up, so there's warrants out there for them. So,
they might wish they had.
Yeah. It may have been better if they would have actually showed up. Lavaca Hospital Board met. Lavaca County Hospital Board, I guess. Check on that. As Murray said, the burn ban is lifted, and we mentioned that Fiddler Frolics is happening this weekend. Chuck announces the winner, I think, or the answer to his last trivia question. And so far this time, David Smollett, Hubert Gerlich, Margie Price, Alice Joe Summer, and Joe Siptak have had the correct answers.
All right.
So, I wonder if any of them heard me give the answer last week.
I don't know.
You think?
I hope not.
Jimmy and Chuck also have their 50-year columns. Or, Chuck has his 50 years, and Jimmy has Jots from Jim. So and Jimmy is, of course, thanking God for the rain, because we can't not talk about the rain in this office. And what else do we have going on? Oh, we had the ag section, so we want to thank those sponsors for this. And Roy Sanders, who is out of our sister office in, not Giddings, where is it?
I can't remember all the time.
Caldwell, shares his expertise on this, and he wrote an article both on ranchers getting ready for spring and the cattle market in general.
Did he highlight anybody in particular? I haven't got to read it yet.
I haven't read it either, so I'm not sure.
Because a lot of times he'll interview people around. That's all right. Everybody just need to read it. I'm going to read it as soon as I get home.
Yes. And then the Houtsville Methodist Church celebrated 175 years. So pictures from their celebration, and then another little cute thing from Ollie, because he's so cute. We have some sports by Chuck Groff for sure. All of them are going on. I know that as far as the girls for Sacred Heart clinched the district title. The Houtsville girls, they had to play a game against Columbus for seeding, but they will play Goliad tomorrow night in Yoka.
The Indians tied
for district title.
All right.
And the Brahmas, I know that Chuck and Jimmy both say that they have a very good chance to go far, and we hope that for them for sure. Tyler Bluda Baseball Camp had a great turnout. So it's good to see the future baseballers.
Were there a whole lot of rainouts at the games this week or not?
I'm not sure, because
Probably
most of them
not.
were scheduled for like Thursday through Saturday. So, and most of those people picked turf fields just in case.
Yeah, that's good.
Great state Republicans. There was a little bit about it last week, as people like to call around here, a little blurb. Mm-hmm. I hate the word blurb. So I'll just say a little bit about it. There was 2 class reunions, so congratulations to both the class of 1958 and 1959.
All right.
And honor rolls in the paper for Houtsville High and Houtsville Junior High. And some of the awards at the Hallett Oak Gallery.
All right.
All right. Yoakum had Rex, and more Rex.
Yeah, I saw that. Looks like their whole front page is Rex, huh?
Yeah. So I haven't read much about them, but I do hope that everyone was okay in all of these. Drive safe if you're in Yoakum, because, man,
and those seem to happen downtown, don't they? Or close to downtown?
Well, let's see. This one was Highway 77A and Gonzales Street.
Well,
something's happening.
Sounds like we got a truck.
Okay.
They like to come when we're doing the podcast.
Yeah. It looks like both of them were on 77A, so that was a busy place for bad news.
I believe that's the cutoff from the roundabout.
You're right,
77A, I believe.
And they also honored their dispatchers, and they play a huge role in people getting the help that they needed. Something about the museum and the bricks, which bricks in this case mean Lego bricks. So check that out. We have one obituary, Thomas Sevier or Sevier. I apologize. It's Sevier. Condolences to your family. We have a young lady that placed third in golf who's headed to state. Best of luck to her if she hasn't. She may have already played because I do think that kind of happened.
Quite a bit of sports in there.
Yeah, it looks like that they had the DeWitt Lavaca County Special Education Olympics and track meet. So for kids with special needs. And that's always very exciting for them.
You bet.
And congrats to all those winners for sure. We're just looking and looking and looking and looking. Well, I'm looking. Murray's drinking his coffee out of his new cup.
Yeah, well, I don't want to talk about that cup because I had to hold it all the way out here because it don't fit the holder.
So see what happens when you get a cup and you're excited, but you didn't test it in your car holder? Then you come to work angry. But it's going to be all right. It is going to be all right. He's still drinking it. Do not despair. All right, we're on to Luling.
On to Luling and our good friend Nicole Smith. And what's Nicole got going on?
Well, Nicole did a great job of interviewing the candidates that are running for city council. And so they have it in wards, which I had to kind of ask about. So it depends where you live is who you vote for and who can run also.
I see.
So she talks about them and gives all the voters a better insight. And so if you're in that area and you can vote, you should read this because knowledge is your friend. Turning cake into dough. She talks about a cake auction, and these young ladies led the Pledge of Allegiance to kick off that cake bidding and raffle drawing.
And there's a cat.
And there's a cat. How cute, right? So I had a dog and a cat on my front page.
Yeah.
Just not together. But this was a party. It was called a PAW, PAW-TY.
A play on words.
A play on words that raised money for LAWS, which is Luling Animal Welfare Society. And so, a lot of voting information, like we said, and a lot of sports. Softball will play tonight. Today's Thursday, right? In Schulenburg. A series with the Columbus Cardinals. There was a prayer circle that Nicole covered at the baseball game. She has some junior high sports, baseball, and like we said, softball. So check that out.
Well, I hope that game don't get rained out. I don't know when this rain's supposed to stop.
I don't either. Well, it looks pretty sunny right now.
Yeah.
Right now. Another proclamation. Luling has a great amount of proclamations, let me tell you. They are winning on that. And the community commentary is from the library, so check that out, because they're telling you to check out the library.
All right.
We have one obituary, David Mansell Taylor. Condolences to his family. Transforming Texas. I have no clue what that's about, honestly. But read it, because it's probably very interesting.
Yeah, we didn't mention our classifieds either.
Didn't get that. Yes, always check out the classifieds.
You might find something you didn't know you needed.
Yes, and then Nicole does an editorial piece, and so she got to attend the class of 76 Luling High School reunion, and so she tells about it from her perspective.
All right.
Is that when she graduated? No.
No, don't say that.
No, that may have been the year. No, she's older than that, I think. I'm kidding. I don't know.
Yeah,
what year did you graduate?
She'd be blowing her horn. 61.
Oh, so at 8 years.
I think it's 65 years or something.
Dang,
it's coming up in September. I've never been to one.
Now, I've never had a class reunion. But do you want to know who was in charge of the class reunions? That would be the class president, and that was voted me. But I think we all knew we didn't really want to have class reunions, so I think that's why they voted me, don't you? They knew.
I've never been to one. I believe if I lived closer, maybe I would have, but at this point, can't drive that far to do it. But Anyway, being as we got all the papers wrapped up,
Yeah.
I've got some questions about last week's podcast.
Oh, can we talk about something else?
Well,
Okay.
this will just be brief.
Okay.
I want to know what all that racket was.
I don't really know.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
You had to hear it
Yeah.
if you listened to it.
No, yeah. I
Somebody
don't know if it
was bumping the desk or something was going on.
Yeah. You don't think it was just the papers?
No, well, the papers were making noise, but this was a
Yeah.
here you
thunk,
go. Here you
thunk.
go, people. It was
Yeah.
like that.
I don't know what it was.
I thought maybe y'all were fighting over who got to do the paper next.
No, we had no fight. She was sitting so close to me at the beginning. I guess she just missed me so much.
Yeah, well, I can understand that.
Yeah. Although you're sitting quite a distance away. You want to get closer?
No, no.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just checking. Hey, did you see my question on Facebook? I was going to go look to see if anyone responded. I think Jimmy did, but I think he had the wrong answer, so he'll be mad at me.
Is that the one that had the math in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Did you do it?
No, I'm not very math wise.
Well, I knew you wouldn't be, because neither am I, because our minds don't do math. But I love stuff like this. It's like the nerdy side of Michelle. So 335 people looked at it, but no one answered. So it was either too hard. Not no one. 2 people answered, but why I can't see.
So who answered?
I'm looking. It's not showing me. But let me say the question. Maybe it'll show it at some point. Class ratio of boys to girls is 2 to 3. If total students are 35, how many boys are there? Why can't I see the answers?
You said 2 people answered?
Yeah,
I don't know why it's not showing them.
but I know that Jimmy was one of them. But now I can't see it.
That's usually what happens. A lot of people come and look, but if
I
it's
can
not
see
something
that.
that they're into, they don't respond right away.
Well, what do you get the answer to be, Murray? Think about it. Think about it. So, a class size ratio is boys 2 to 3. So, for every 3 girls, there's 2 boys. If the total are 35, how many boys? So, how do you figure it out, Murray?
I don't know. That's a head scratcher, ain't it?
No, it's not really. Think about it.
I don't want to think that hard. Yeah, you were talking about my coffee a while ago.
Yeah?
You see, I went out the door this morning coming down here to do this podcast, and I grabbed me a container so I could bring some coffee with me. And so I got in the car and got it all started and was ready to go, and my container was too fat for my drink holder. So I drove all the way out here holding it to keep it from spilling.
Right.
So I'll have to change that. Now, I wanted to ask you about something else. As usual, when you come up with ideas, it's usually pretty silly.
Yeah.
But what were you talking about in the office this morning about a goose or a duck or
Okay, so it's called a porch goose.
a porch goose?
Yes. And so it's this goose that stands about 2 feet tall. And we're not going to put it on the porch here because someone could mess with it. But we're going to put it inside the door of our office and we're going to dress it in clothes. And we're going to name it. And it's going to be the newspaper goose.
You know, did you ever raise geese?
No.
Have you ever been around geese very much?
No.
Have you ever heard of that medicine called Imodium?
Yes.
Geese ought to take it.
Why? They're
You
clogged
can't
up.
imagine why?
Will they get clogged? I mean, they have diarrhea?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So thank God it's not a real one.
Yes. So
because
it
we
will.
have enough caca spreaders in here. We don't need any more.
This is true.
Yeah.
And I vote that its name be Goosington.
You know, that might be a good thing to put on the podcast. Thing.
What we could name it?
Yeah. Let people recommend.
Well, when I tried to take an office vote if we could get it earlier, only Ani and I raised our hand.
That's
you
true.
old goats just stood there
Yeah.
and looked at us.
You know, Jimmy said she calls us old goats all the time, and Jimmy says that's G period O period A period T-period.
You think?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah, well, y'all take it for whatever y'all think it is.
Oh, I'm sure it's an insult, but I don't know.
Okay, well, I have a new question that I'm putting on Facebook.
All right.
Since I can't figure out who answered the last one. Are you ready? But don't say the answer even if you know.
All right.
Name 3 consecutive days of the week without using Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Do what?
Name 3 consecutive days of the week without using Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday.
I'll have to go talk about that with Chuck, see what he thinks.
Yeah, he may get this. Chuck's kind of minded like that. And did we talk about the word on the street?
Well, I was thinking about that, but I don't want to embarrass anybody.
Okay.
You know how Henry says I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Yeah. And Henry was back. We did tell
Yep,
people he
yeah,
did
that's
come
right.
in for 2
Yeah.
days this week, and we were happy to have him.
Yeah, we got to see the little fella, what, Monday? Did he come
No,
Monday?
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
Well, you saw him Tuesday. I saw him
Yeah.
2 days. And he was singing the Grand March with Chuck yesterday. So
Oh, really?
he remembered, and it was great.
Well, that's
Good times. I got to get in some hugs. It was great.
Yeah, the little fella, he's been, I'm not going to say he's been ill, but he had some spells, I think, where he felt bad,
Yeah.
which happens to a lot of us. So, but we're glad Henry's back. We always have a lot of fun on those paper days.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like a love-hate relationship, but there's no hate. I shouldn't say
so
that.
much fun.
But there's a lot of fun. And then sometimes there's some cussing going on, but it's all in good fun.
Yeah, no one's really as angry as they seem, right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing this weekend?
You know, I've got to go to Weimar tomorrow if
Oh.
I can get an appointment to get my oil changed.
Oh.
Because I've been getting these messages
Yeah.
on my dash
Let's say
that
it's
says
time.
it's getting low, and then the last one said if you don't get it changed, I'm gonna slap the living hell out of it.
Dang,
Yeah.
that's serious.
The thing about it is, folks, my car doesn't really need an oil change. If you go by mileage, it doesn't need one, but what they're going by is length of time. So by length of time, it needs one, because I'm probably the only person that's got a 2021 vehicle with 8,200 miles on it.
I'm pretty sure that's true.
You know, when you're supposed to be averaging 10,000 a year,
Yeah.
it should have, what, 60,000 or something like that on it.
Yeah.
So needless to say, we don't go much. But anyway, I'm going to have it changed because I'm tired of seeing that message pop up.
And so what are you going to do, something fun while you're out? Go out to eat? Anything like that?
Well, last time I went, I took her. My wife likes to eat barbecue over in Sealy at Heinz Barbecue, which is awesome. So I decided, well, I'm here in Weimar. I'm really not that far away. I'll just scoot down there on I-10 and go to Sealy. But as luck would have it, they were working on the highway all the way to Sealy. I was in one lane and over here and over there. So I doubt we'll do that again.
Yes, because they are still working on that highway.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm sure we'll find a place to eat. Yeah, I was thinking about, sometimes I like to go through Sheridan because that's more of a straight shot than going out 77 and going that way.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, well, maybe while I'm over there, maybe I'll try eating at the Splashway.
Oh, the Hideaway?
Yeah, they say it's got good food. I'm sure you know.
I have not eaten there.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I've only actually been that way to Weimar that time that I went with Chuck on the route. And I was so lost, I was scared, so I don't know.
Well, really for people that don't like curves and corners and blind spots, it's the best way to go. And so I don't know. But I have my sidekick going with me so we can go the other way because she can watch out for me, you know.
Yeah.
But if I have to go by myself, I'll be going the Sheridan route. But anyway, we may try Splashway. I'm
That
surprised
seems
Clayton Kelly with 2 E's. You know, that just hit me. We don't have anybody at this paper that does reviews of restaurants.
Yeah.
Now, Clayton Kelly with 2 E's, he could go countywide and give reports.
Yeah, but part of his problem is he doesn't really eat like anything but
Normal food?
yeah, like he's like eats like a 5-year-old.
Well, Clayton Kelly with 2 E's, he likes those Subways.
Yeah.
Well, that's
But
healthy.
it's very plain, his Subway order. Like, he doesn't... Cheeseburger is like meat, cheese, mayonnaise. Like, he is a...
He don't have no goodies on it?
No. I'm telling you, he eats like a 5-year-old.
Well, like this morning, he said that, I think you and Chuck were talking about going to Yoakum or something.
Yeah, to Emiliano's, and he said that's good. I don't know what he gets from there.
Is that the one right down from the newspaper?
Correct.
You know, when we first started this podcast, Hans and I, we did the podcast from Yoakum because we did a video podcast. And every time we'd go there, boy, I'd smell that food coming from that restaurant. And I said, boy, I want to eat there, but never made it. So, you say it's good?
It's very good. I like their Mexican chicken fried steak.
Now, that's not Mexican food.
That is Mexican food. It's Mexican chicken fried steak.
Okay, well, how do the Mexican cooks cook it different?
I don't know.
To make it Mexican.
They put the enchilada sauce on it.
On the chicken fried steak?
It's so good. I'm going to have to get it for you. Do you like chicken fried steak?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, then you'd like it. And you don't get mashed potatoes or baked potato. You get rice.
Well, when you go to eat Mexican food, why don't you eat tamales and rice and refried beans?
Well, I've had that there. Ooh, I don't eat beans.
Why not?
They're good for your heart, but they make you.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta be careful with those things.
Beans, what was that? Well, you're probably not old enough to have heard that old saying.
Which one?
Beans, a musical fruit.
Something that make you toot.
Yeah.
I don't know the other words. I do kind of know it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chuck and I, we try to average a date a month. And I try to forget that he pays most of the time, but I guess it was established this morning that it would be my turn to pay. Because I guess we go Dutch. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm married.
Well, if I was you, I'd get every dime I could out of it.
I mean, I try. I do.
We like what they call a gold digger.
Yeah. I'm a married gold digger. He always says Gilbert's going to get mad at him. And I was like, and as long as you keep buying me food, he won't ever get mad at me.
You'll be all right.
He'll be fine.
Yeah.
He don't worry.
So, we didn't solve the thing about the noise in the last podcast. I kind of want to apologize to our listeners because it was...
Yeah, I'm sorry that Nicole was doing that.
And when I was editing it, there's different parts of the editing program where you can do noise reduction.
Yeah.
I was afraid to do that because I was afraid it would silence you, and I didn't want to do that.
That would be awful.
But I couldn't crank that noise reduction up loud enough to take it out. So I don't know what y'all were doing. Maybe Nicole.
Yeah, I don't know what Nicole was doing either. It was Nicole.
It was her fault?
100%.
All right. Okay, well, I think we've gone long enough after that 53-minute marathon last week.
I felt like we talked so fast last week.
Yeah.
Hey, have you watched Jenna Bush interview the presidents yet?
No.
Oh. I saw parts of it on TikTok, but I didn't know when the whole thing airs.
No, I didn't see it. It was on TikTok?
Well, I saw it on TikTok, but I think she did it for the History Channel or something.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll have to watch it. All right, well, we're at 40 minutes, so say your goodbyes and we'll get on out of here.
All right, well, have a great weekend, whatever everyone does. Have fun. I don't know if it's supposed to rain or not, and I honestly don't care, but I'm sure we'll talk about it if it does.
You betcha.
Have a great weekend.
All right, folks. Thank you for joining us again for this sometimes nonsense or maybe most of the time nonsense.
Tell him not to forget to answer my question.
Oh yeah, well you tell him.
Don't forget to answer my questions.
Oh yeah, and don't forget the rodeo. Did I ever tell you I used to photograph rodeo?
No, but I'm sending Chuck. Do you want to go?
No, I don't want to go.
Okay.
But anyway, remind me next week. I'll tell you about
Okay, great.
my adventures. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.